Have you ever walked into a store looking for Pokemon cards, only to find empty shelves or sky-high prices? As someone who spent quite a bit of time shopping for Pokemon cards as a very casual collector, I'm going to show you exactly how to shop for Pokemon cards. This complete beginner's guide will transform you from a confused collector into a savvy Pokemon card shopping expert. Now before we dive in, I need to give you a heads up. At the time of the recording of this video, Pokemon card prices are insanely inflated. If you're new to the hobby, you might not realize it, but prices on some cards and sealed products are way higher than they should be. Even if you're collecting for a while, it's still easy to get caught up on the hype and overpay for something that really isn't really worth it. Here's the thing, FOMO, or fear of missing out, is real in the Pokemon card market. When people see a hot new set or a rare chase card, they panic buy, thinking that this is their only chance to get it. But trust me, patience is key. Don't rush into overpaying just because you're afraid the cards will disappear forever. Pokemon keeps printing more, restocks happen, and prices always settle down over time. Well, in most cases. Before spending your hard-earned money, do the following. Do some research. Check recent sale prices on sites like TCG Player or eBay. Sold listings, not just asking prices. Be patient. New products will restock, and even rare singles tend to drop in price once the hype fades. Avoid panic buying. If something is overpriced, chances are it'll be cheaper later. At the end of the day, there will always be more cards. The key to being a smart collector is knowing when to buy and when to wait. Next, take a moment to think about your goals. Are you buying for fun, to complete a collection, or to invest in valuable cards? Knowing what you're after will help you spend your money wisely and avoid making purchases you might regret later. Here are a few important things to consider before you start shopping for Pokemon cards. Number 1. Are you buying booster packs? If you love the thrill of opening packs, then buying booster packs is one of the most exciting ways to collect Pokemon cards, but it's also a gamble. You could pull a rare and valuable card that skyrockets your collection's worth, or you could end up with a bunch of commons and duplicates. If you're buying booster packs, ask yourself the following questions. Are you chasing a specific set like Twilight Masquerade or Paldea Evolved? Are you okay with the randomness of pulls, or do you prefer more control over what you're getting? Are you buying for fun, or are you hoping to find cards that hold long-term value? Booster packs are great for collectors who enjoy the surprise of what's inside, but if you're trying to complete a set, there might be better options, which I'll get into shortly. Number 2. Are you shopping for singles to complete a master set? If you're working towards a master set, buying individual cards or singles can be the smartest and most cost-effective way to collect. Instead of spending hundreds on booster packs and hoping for specific pulls, you can just buy the exact cards you need. This is especially helpful for chasing rare or ultra cards without spending more than necessary. Before buying singles, consider the following. Are the prices reasonable? Check websites like TCG Player or eBay sold listings to make sure you're paying for a fair price. Is the card in good condition? If you care about card quality, look for near mint or lightly played conditions. Are you willing to wait? Some rare singles might be easier to find a few weeks after a set releases when the market stabilizes. Buying singles is the best strategy if your goal is to complete a set, but it doesn't have the same excitement as opening packs. Number 3. Are you buying Pokemon cards just for fun? Maybe you're not worried about completing a set or pulling high value cards, you just want something fun to open. If that's the case, here are some other great options to open up. Elite Trainer Boxes or ETBs. This is great for casual collectors because they come with 8 to 10 packs, sleeves, and a player's guide. Booster Bundles. These include 6 packs from a single set, making them a fun middle ground option. Collection Boxes, often coming with promo cards, jumbo cards, and a mix of packs from different sets. Mystery Packs or Tins. These can be fun if you like surprises, but beware of the overpriced or repackaged products that might be circulating out there. If you're buying Pokemon cards for yourself, a friend, or family members, just pick something up that looks fun to open. Number 4. Are you starting a new master set? If you're starting a brand new set collection, it might be a good idea to begin one of these with a larger purchase to give yourself a solid foundation. Here are some options. Booster Boxes. These contain 36 booster packs, giving you the best chance to pull a wide variety of cards to start your collection. This is the most efficient way to start a set if you plan on completing it. Elite Trainer Boxes. These come with 8 to 10 packs, sleeves, dividers, and a player's guide and a storage box. If you want an organized way to start a set, this is a really good option. Build and Battle Kits. These come with a pre-built deck and extra packs. This is great for players who actually want to start playing the Pokemon trading card game. Now, if you're starting a new master set, here are some questions you need to ask yourself. How much am I willing to spend up front? Will I eventually buy singles to complete the set, or am I relying just on packs? Starting a new set is a big commitment, so make sure you have a clear plan before jumping in. Now, before you go shopping, your plan comes down to asking yourself what you're really looking for. If you want the excitement of ripping packs, go for booster packs or collection boxes. Go for booster boxes or booster bundles. If you want to complete a set efficiently, buy singles instead of gambling on random pulls. If you just want something fun to open, ETBs, tins, and collection boxes are really great choices. If you're just starting a new master set, consider starting with a booster box or an ETB or a booster bundle as your first purchase, then transition over to buying singles and an occasional booster pack here and there. If you're shopping for Pokemon cards for a friend or family member, consider buying ETBs, booster packs, or collection boxes, as these are really fun to open and look very presentable as a gift. Having a clear plan before you shop will help you spend smarter, avoid bad deals, and get exactly what you need for your collection. Now let's get into the details of where to actually shop. Just like how every Pokemon trainer starts their journey in their hometown, your card collecting adventure begins at major retail stores. Think of Walmart, Best Buy, Walgreens, Ace Hardware, Target, and GameStop as the starter towns of Pokemon card hunting. These are the places where you'll find the best prices, or MSRP, and your first chance at building your collection. But here's the thing, finding Pokemon cards isn't always easy. It's like tracking down a wild legendary Pokemon. You need patience, strategy, and a little bit of luck. Retail stores restock their cards randomly throughout the week, so if you want to improve your chances of catching that fresh restock, here's what I recommend. Check stores early in the morning before the rush. Visit on weekdays when fewer collectors are searching. Make friends with the store employees. They might give you hints on restock days and even pull things from the back to give to you. This has happened to me plenty of times before. Search both the toy aisle and the checkout areas, as cards could be in different spots. Keep checking on different days. Restocks aren't always predictable. And here's a pro tip from my experience. I personally avoid the weekends, and I would suggest you avoid them if you can as well. Weekends to me are like walking into a Pokemon Center after a gym battle. It's completely packed. Weekends are when everyone is off of work, hunting for cards, which makes finding them a lot tougher than catching a Mewtwo with a regular Pokeball. Next, imagine stumbling upon a hidden Pokemon Center in your city. That's exactly what Pokemon vending machines feel like. These self-serve machines are like treasure chests. They sell booster packs and other TCG products at MSRP, and they might be closer to you than you think. Finding these vending machines is easier than catching a Magikarp, and here's why they're worth checking out. They're usually inside malls or shopping centers. There's no scalper markups and the prices are fair. They're restocked regularly, so you might find what stores don't have. They're accessible at any time the store is actually open, so you don't need to wait in long lines. They're guaranteed real products, so there's no fake or resale products in there. And the best part, these vending machines might actually be in your city, so that you can just walk right up to them and get exactly what you need with zero hassle. Every time I've stopped by a Pokemon vending machine in my city, they've always had at least something in stock. And in case you're wondering, I've included a link in the description to help you check out if there's any Pokemon vending machines in your city. Now, after searching through big box retailers and vending machines, sometimes you just can't find the cards you're looking for. That's when it's time to visit local card shops. Think of these shops as Pokemon gyms for collectors. They're smaller, more personal, and usually stocked with rare finds. But just like in a Pokemon battle, there's always a trade-off. Walking into a card shop feels completely different from a big retailer. Instead of generic shelves filled with whatever's left, you'll see glass display cases with ultra-rare singles, shelves stacked with booster boxes, and maybe even vintage packs from years ago. But here's the catch. Prices at card shops are often higher than MSRP. Booster packs, these might be $1 or $2 more per pack. Elite trainer boxes, these could be 20 or 50% higher than retail. Rare singles, sometimes priced above market value. This is because local shops aren't backed by big corporations. They set their own prices based on demand, rarity, and what's available. So before you buy, ask yourself, is the extra cost worth getting the cards immediately? Are these products available cheaper anywhere else? Does this shop have rare items I can't find anywhere else? Despite the price markup, there's a lot of value in shopping at local stores. First, you can physically see and inspect the cards you're buying. Second, you might find sold out products that no one else has. Third, you can meet other collectors and get really good advice from the staff. So while card shops aren't always the cheapest option, they're one of the best places to connect with the Pokemon community and find unique cards. Every few months, Pokemon releases a brand new set packaged in a different way. Quite often, Pokemon releases a brand new set or a different type of product packaging, and release day is basically the Super Bowl for collectors. It's the one day out of the week when everyone rushes out to get their hands on fresh packs, hoping to pull the latest rare cards before prices skyrocket. The problem is that stock is usually limited. Here's what happens on release day. Stores get a limited number of new products. Collectors and resellers line up before doors even open. Some stores distribute tickets to keep things fair. You never know how fast everything will sell out. From personal experience, it's a gamble whether you'll walk away with a full haul or empty-handed. There have been cases where I showed up 5 minutes after opening and I still got lucky. There's been times when I was 10th in line and everything was already gone. There's been times where I waited 30 minutes before opening and I barely made it and got myself something. I've seen people camp for 2 to 3 hours, and these are hardcore collectors which might be in your town. So how do you increase your chances of getting cards on release day? First, check store opening times and arrive at least 30 minutes early. This is really dependent on your city though and how in demand Pokemon products are. Second, be friendly with other collectors. You never know who might help you out. Third, have a backup plan. If one store is out, move to another. Release days are a test of patience and strategy, but the reward, being one of the first to open the newest packs while others are still searching for stock. You have to experiment with lining up at different stores at different times. In my city, for example, I've been able to line up around 15 minutes before a store opens, and after I check that store, there's another store that opens like an hour later, and then after that store, there's another local card shop that opens up an hour later. So that's kind of like my route when it comes to trying to get at least one item out of a new release day, but it does require strategic planning, and it also requires you to know how much stock these stores will actually have. Now, sometimes finding Pokemon cards in stores just doesn't work out. Whether it's bad luck, bad timing, or sold out shelves, there's another option though, and that's shopping online. Think of TCG Player and eBay as the Pokemon centers of the internet. These are places where you can browse, compare, and buy any card you want without leaving your home. The biggest perks of online shopping include you can find almost any card you're looking for. Prices are often better than in local stores. This is perfect for completing collections, especially master sets, and you don't need to drive around or wait in lines. But with great convenience comes great risk. Important things to watch out for when buying online is that you want to check seller ratings, which means to look for 99% plus or positive reviews. Also, make sure you always read reviews before purchasing from a new seller. Next, make sure the seller actually shows pictures of the card and not just a stock photo. You also want to make sure that you compare prices across different sites to avoid overpaying. And you also want to look for proper shipping protection because no one wants a bent card in the mail. Online shopping is not as exciting as in-store hunting or opening booster packs, but when it comes to finding specific singles or sealed products, it's one of the smartest ways to buy Pokemon cards. Here's how to do a price check when it comes to buying Pokemon cards on eBay or TCG Player. Now, the way that I price check my singles is that let's take, for example, that you're interested in purchasing this Latios SIR. I normally get the name of the Pokemon and also take note of its number, so 203 out of 191. And so what we'll do is that we'll actually copy this. So Latios 203 out of 91, and then I'll go to TCG Player. Okay, so let me actually show you what to do. We'll go to TCG Player and then we'll insert that. So this is that card right here. It doesn't, if you see this number here, it doesn't mean the card is like $14, okay? You actually have to click on it and then read through the data. So what I normally do is that once I'm on this page, I'll scroll down and then I'll click on View More Data. And what this is telling me is that it's telling me the latest sales. So at near mint hollow foil, this card sold for $42. It sold for $55, $55, $42. So I can kind of like get an idea that this is probably like a $44 to $46 card. So if at the local card shop it's less than that, then it might be a good deal. Now keep in mind in the conditions though, like there's a lightly played here that was sold for $38. These here are in different languages, so these are Japanese versions. And so with that, I just scroll through the history and I always look at what price it actually sold for. So that's one way to do it. If you prefer to use eBay, we do the same thing. So we type in the Pokemon with the numbers, click on enter. And then on eBay, you'll also have this option on your phone, but you should have the option to check mark sold items. Okay, so you want to make sure that you tick mark this right here where it says sold items. And then you can see that these actually sold for $50, $50, $40 here. All right, this one here sold for $50. A PSA 10 sold for $140. This one sold for $50. So you want to make sure that you tick out the sold items option, but you can get the idea. Like I it's probably like a $44 to $46 card still. So if at your local card shop it's less than that, it might be a good deal. But that's how I price check my singles cards on eBay or TCG Player. Now, if you're looking for great deals on Pokemon cards, some collectors swear by third-party selling apps like Facebook Marketplace, OfferUp, and Craigslist. These apps are like the digital flea markets where people sell their Pokemon cards directly to buyers in their local area. Here's why this can be a great option. Cards are often cheaper since there are no shipping fees. You can physically inspect the cards before buying. Some sellers don't know the value of the cards, and you might score a deal. Sometimes people sell their entire collections for cheap here. But, and this is a big but, not everyone knows card values, okay? Some prices are overpriced, others are underpriced. Scammers exist in these third-party marketplaces, so make sure you always meet in a safe and public area, such as outside of a bank. Never buy loose, open packs, only purchase sealed products. If a deal feels too good to be true, it probably is. I haven't personally tried this method yet, but I've heard success stories from other collectors. Some of the best deals come from parents selling their kids' old collections or people clearing out their storage units. If you go this route, stay safe, trust your instincts, and don't rush into a deal just because it seems too good to be true. Now, shopping for Pokemon cards is fun, but you want to know something that's even better? Trading them. Pokemon isn't just a collecting game, it's the Pokemon trading card game. So instead of spending more money, trade nights let you swap duplicates for cards you might actually need. And the best part, it's usually completely free. Here's how to find local trade nights. First, call your local card shops. Most of these host trade events at least once a month. Ask about Pokemon TCG meetups in your area. This includes on local Facebook group or local Reddit groups. When you attend these trade nights, you want to bring a trade binder so that you can easily show off what you have. Now with trade nights, you don't have to spend money to get new cards. You can find rare cards without hunting for them in packs. It's a great way to meet other collectors and players, and you'll learn more about card values and fair trading. Now before attending a trade night, you want to make sure that you organize your cards in a binder and know what you're specifically looking for. I've seen some amazing trades happen because some collectors just simply came prepared. If you're serious about building your collection while saving money, trade nights are one of the best ways to do it. So there you have it, everyone. That right there is how to shop for Pokemon cards and save a ton of money. If you found this video helpful, let me know in the comments down below and do give this video a like. And if you're interested in learning on how to organize your Pokemon card binder, I recommend watching this video next to see how to do so.